Hey, shalom, everybody. I just did a pre-recorded video on this, and my guess is not too many people are going to want to watch this because of the title I gave it, but that's okay. It'll hit the people who who it needs to hit, because if you see the word donations up there and it doesn't turn you off, then you'll probably watch the video anyway. So anyway, so I did a pre-recorded video of this thing, and then I kept hearing beeping going off in my background. And I know some people actually have questions regarding the donation, so I figured I'd do a live video instead. With that said, the whole point of this whole video is strictly to talk about the people who have been donating in the past, and then future possible donations from other people and what they're going for. And all the, I guess you could say, the dollar logistics of running the show. See, I just heard another beep going off. That's Joe. Joe's somebody I want to be doing a video with, hopefully today, maybe, or if not next weekend. Joe Buchanan. So anyway, the whole kind. By the way, you like the picture in the background? It's pretty cool. I had a different picture earlier. My wife picked out some photos she thought would be kind of neat backgrounds, and then I got to thinking it'd be kind of cool for me to like have you guys send me pictures, maybe of your house or of your family or whatever, and I could have you pick one and just have it up for a show each week. Just have a different photo up each week just for fun. So anyway, if you want to do that, send me an email to knocktalk@gmail.com, and I'll thumb through them and see which ones look good for color and angle. If you really want to do that, be sure to hold the camera about 5 feet up. Don't do a high shot or a real low shot. It needs to be kind of like you're sitting at a table and you're taking a picture this way, or just slightly taller than that, maybe just below shoulder height will be good. And just send that to knocktalk@gmail.com. So anyway, the whole. By the way, I've got the YouTube chat up because if there's any concerns or people who just want to ask questions regarding the donations situation. Hello, shalom, Fernando. It's a pleasure, brother. Then you can just put them there, and I'll keep an eye on the chat. So anyway, so I'm going to give you the full breakdown, top to bottom. I mean, literally top to bottom from the very, very beginning, the best I can. And of course, my memory is not as great as it used to be. But so Tanakh Talk has been going since for about 3 years now, and getting it started was pretty interesting. The software was expensive. I got 2 softwares that I use. All that we paid out of pocket for all that stuff. We probably got about $10,000 invested so far out of pocket in the 3 years towards making Tanakh Talk function. And so every donation that comes in is really helpful because it kind of repads my wallet for all the money I've already put into this thing. And since we only have a single income, I'm the only one working, do construction work. We live in Kingsland, which is outside of all the really expensive areas, which makes it easier for me because our bills are less here. Rather than living, in the local cities. So living way out in the country, things are just cheaper, and it makes it easier for me to be able to do all my recording and even put money aside for the studio. And so with all that said, it's been working really good out here, and we're planning on staying here. So, but we do homeschool. My wife does not have a paying job. I was going to say she doesn't work, but boy, does she ever work. Got 3 jobs, really. But anyway, so with my income, we pay for all of our bills, and with my business expenses, and with homeschooling and all this other stuff. So it doesn't really leave much left. And we don't have a savings account. We don't have a retirement set up. All we've got is the one checking account for work or work personal, whatever, and then another one for the Tanakh Talk, which has gone through a different DBA, Beit HaMitzvot, which basically means House of the Commandments. It was a group that I had set up a long time ago, and it'll probably stay that way. So while I'm thinking about that, because I will forget, because I even forgot on the pre-recorded video I did before, if you are going to send a check for Tanakh Talk, don't put Tanakh Talk on the pay to, or put Tanakh Talk and add the Beit HaMitzvot also on that line. Otherwise, the bank won't accept it because the DBA is actually in Beit HaMitzvot. Okay, so since I'm actually on that stream of topics, I'll just show you something real fast. People ask me all the time, well, how can we donate? I can't find your donate button on your website. So I'll put it up on screen for you now. Green Acres, hey, brother, love you, man. Jason Acres, good guy, good guy. And so here we have on Tanakh Talk. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on just a second. I got to pull the screen up here. Okay, so on this is the TORAHTalk.com. Y'all have been there before. It's got a list of all the videos. Usually, whenever I do a live video, it's supposed to show up here, but for some reason, the WordPress website isn't functioning well with YouTube. And that was the original idea for setting this up to make it easy for you guys. But if you look down here, the past videos are here. And so, like right now, what I'm recording right now should actually be playing currently right here in this box. Or even this one, but it's not, so no biggie. Okay, so at the top right, donate button here, and then also at the very bottom of the same page, there's a donate tab, or donate button there, actually tab at the top, button at the bottom. So, and then also at patreon.com is another one I've had set up for the past 2 years, and as you can see right now, there's 11 people donating, and for a total of $238 a month. I've got about another 250 or so coming in through mail and through like my brother Kurt Gatton, and sometimes people will send in random amounts of money that are really helpful. I just got a check for 500, which was helpful because I just overspent on getting the materials before to get here to finish out buying the pieces I need, and it actually overdrafted my account. So that money came in, and split-second timing really bailed me out. And I was going to call his name out, but a lot of people out there don't want their name mentioned. But I'll just say, man, trust me, you do not go unnoticed, no doubt about it. So so currently we've got around $500, maybe $550 that comes in on a regular basis per month, and during that out of that 550 before I would be able to have to spend for like 190 for internet, and then all the extra utilities and things like that, or if I got software issues, or if I need a wire or light bulbs, all that money goes towards that. Well, now we've got the new building is here, and the payments on the building are $480 a month. I think it's going to pay out at close to $24,000, $23,000. The building's only $12,900, so it's literally like a 200% interest on paying this thing off. So the quicker I get that paid off, the better off we are. However, if I have to pay it out over 5 years, who cares? I mean, that's fine. I can, at least the 500 is, or 480 something is something that, worst case scenario, and all donations ceased, I could probably still wing it and still make this thing happen. One thing that I don't want to do is lose sight of what our goals are. So we're going to keep focused on that and keep pushing through. And so if you want to send a donation in the mail, you can. There's some people who already have. You can message me on Facebook, and I'll tell you the mailing address that you can send it to, or message me on YouTube and tell me what your email address is, and we'll exchange information that way. I think for the most part, that's pretty much it. So our total monthly bills now that the buildings are going to be around $750 a month. Could be a little more. Got a lot of people donating things, like my dear brother Mordecai Mentz has donated the heating and air conditioning system for the new building. I've got some wire that was donated. So, and that was a huge help too. 2 big rolls of wire, which I only probably need one of them. But I also need to get something I don't have yet, is get funding for the electricity going from the meter loop, which is already here. We've got a 200 amp meter loop out in the center of our backyard, where I guess the original owner had put an RV, or was going to put an RV or something there, or maybe another modular or something. But anyway, so I've got to run about 110 feet, 112 feet from that meter loop, 3 strands, like a 1/0 wire, which is really heavy gauge copper, to get it to the building. And then I got to, you have to buy, the meter box, not the meter box, but the breaker panel for that, and then an inside panel, and then that sort of thing. So still a lot to do, a long way to go, and like I said, I can definitely handle it. It'll take me longer, but on the flip side, if you want to donate to help me out with this, man, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love doing TORAH Talk, and I love learning from these rabbis, but my goal isn't for me to have the teachings, it's for you guys to get the teachings. And I think this has been a method that's been working well for people. The YouTube channel has got, I think, a little over 500,000 views now. It's for the whole channel, though. Granted, it's not like one of these clickbait. We don't do clickbait on things, as far as put things up just to get people to click on it. Any picture that I add or put up on YouTube will be directly related to the show. It's not going to be something really irate or something crazy like that. I saw a video one time, actually on YouTube, to give you an example of a woodshop thing, and they showed this guy. There was this picture on here that really intrigued me, and I wanted to know how in the heck did he do that. And I clicked on it, watched the entire video, and that thing wasn't even in there at all. And I was like, oh my gosh! But that's what people do. They'll make a picture just to get you to click on it because it ups their views. Well, we don't do that here. Everything that we have here on the views are purely organic and purely topic related, so the views are not going to be millions of views per one show. So that's kind of how that works, and I wouldn't want it to be that way anyway. We don't have any bots where there's something I saw one time where people will actually put I think they call it bots, and where they'll assign it to a YouTube video and it'll keep registering all these views, but they're all fake, and just to get the numbers up, and that's not something I want to be a part of. So with all that said, we are moving forward. It's probably going to be about 6 months, 3 to 6 months, I guess. Now the only way I could probably get the studio done faster, of course, is if the donations were just way up there to where I could use. I'll give you an example. If there was like, first of all, if somebody sent in a check for $12,000, I would just pay the daggum building off. That's what I would do with that money. But if it was smaller pieces, like if somebody sent in, $3,000, I might take off a week's worth of work, take half of that money to pay my bills with, or to pay me labor to actually do the work, and use the other half for materials, and move this studio production a lot faster to get it finished quicker. That's how I'm going to use the money, just telling you ahead of time. And if you want to send $100,000, and coffee's on me next week. Anyway, just kind of being silly. But this whole thing is a sensitive topic. People don't like hearing people passing around an offering plate. I get that, and it's just, but it's a necessity. I mean, I don't make enough money to do all this single-handedly. Also, I'll do this alone. I don't have people answering phones or people sending out newsletters, which is why you never hear from me. A lot of people will give donations, and sometimes it might take me 2 months, but then I'll go back when I have time and look up their email addresses, send them an email, or contact them via phone if I can. It's wonderful that it's there, but I don't want y'all to think just because you haven't heard from me that I'm not seeing them or getting them, because, man, I'm telling you, without you guys, I could do it, but honestly, it would hurt. I think it would hurt more emotionally than anything else, because for me, I've always been the type that if you really care about something, I mean, I'll give you an example. There's a new coffee place in town. Now, these guys are Christian, but that's okay with me. I mean, they know where I stand. They know where my family stand. They know we don't eat pork. They know all this stuff. They're so much wanting to just be friends, and they're such good people. I want to see them succeed. I want that. So we were driving home the other night, and they had the grand opening this Friday, by the way. Like at 4 p.m. Well, we were driving home on Thursday, and I saw them out there spreading this huge mound of sand. Two guys out there with 2 shovels trying to spread this huge mound of sand over this entire playground. And I was like, man. So we went home. Me and David and Sarah grabbed. We took 3 wheelbarrows, took some extra shovels, and went out there, and we stayed out there with them and helped them level that entire thing. Didn't charge them for it, and I had no intention of them paying me or reimbursing me with free food. That's not what my goal was. My goal was I want them to know that we care about them, and this is the way I do it. I'm not going to do it by just saying, hey, thumbs up, good job. I want to go out there and actually help. Likewise, I printed some free logos for them on the front of their building. They insisted on paying, but I was like, I don't want you to pay me for this. I want you to know that I care enough about you that I'm willing to take out of my time to help you along with this thing to see you succeed. That's how we feel, and it's like, so whenever I guess you could see if everything ceased, it would break my heart. It would, not because there's no money there, but just because the care is not there, and that's really where my heart's at. My kids they're givers. I mean, it's funny. Every time I take the kids to work and they work with me, I pay them. David and Sarah both $5 an hour when they work with me out on the field, and man, before we even get home, they're like, Dad, let's stop at Walmart. And I'm like, okay, we'll stop at Walmart. And so they would go in there, and Sarah, who just got her cash for the day, is over there picking out things to buy her brother. And I'm like, you just made that money for yourself. Save it, buy a computer. She goes, but David would really like this. You know what? I hope that never changes. I hope their heart stays that way. David's the same way. And it's like, that's just who we want to be. That's who we are. So at the end of the day, I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm so sorry. Happy to see you. Yeah. Hey, John. Grant Dunn, thank you, brother. Shalom aleichem, aleichem shalom to you. Motorhead, hello. Jonte, I hope I said your name right. Mom, my suggestion is to have a Bitcoin account. You know what? I've got a Bitcoin account that I actually open specifically, and my whole purpose for it was that anything I make from it is going to go for TORAH Talk, and so I did that. And so over about 6 months or 5 months, I deposited about $850 of my own money into it, and all for TORAH Talk, right? In different coins, not just Bitcoin, but like in Ethereum and Litecoin and even Dash. I've got like 5 coins. Granted, there's like hundreds. I don't want to go all there. And I don't play the coin. I just put them in there, and if it goes bankrupt, it just goes bankrupt. If it makes money, it makes money. Well, it actually got to where it like doubled, but now it's actually gotten way back down to where it's just barely broken even again. But I do have that. But seeing how much it fluctuated over the past months, and how it's back down to almost to where I'm barely breaking even again, I get kind of nervous about taking Bitcoin donations. I mean, I don't mind, because here's the reason why I don't mind. Also, because Bitcoin is also exchangeable for cash. Now, you have to have a certain type of wallet downloaded or have it transferred into a certain wallet to be able to actually get cash for it. So, like, for example, I know people, not a joke, who have like $100,000, $200,000 in Bitcoin, and they only started off with like 10 grand. I mean, it literally just, their wallet just exploded. Even on the downside, they still got like tons of money in Bitcoin. And so if I had like $200,000 in Bitcoin, for me to give out $10,000 would be nothing. It would be like, just a couple of dollars basically on the scale of things. So I can do that, and I can figure out how to convert that to cash, which is something I can use to actually convert to materials and payments. That's the only way that would really be beneficial for me. So good idea though. I can't find my screen. There it is. Let's see. Money Bomb is the best way for you. Oh, okay. 24-hour sending with. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Money Bomb. With every guest you have for. Okay, it's Shim's money. Oh, that's a really good point. Yes, sir. Grant Dunn, you are very right on. It is not our money. Everything we have is a blessing from Hashem. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, I don't care. If you want to, run me through the mill on me asking for donations, do it now. This is your opportunity. I'm watching on the chat right now. I have no problem with that. I have no problem answering any of your questions. What I do with the money, you just ask me whatever you want. But overall, so far I've given you pretty much everything I think that is relevant to this particular show and the topic in general. I will tell you this, YouTube. Oh, by the way, here's the thing. I'm going to start doing it more and more. I don't like the ads that come up on YouTube, to be honest with you, when I'm watching a video. But now that I'm actually doing videos through YouTube, I understand why people do it. By them putting ads in there, YouTube actually pays you money. Jason Akers, Green Acres Pest Control, kind of helped me out with this a little bit. Pays you money for letting them put ads up, right? Granted, it takes a lot of views, and to give you an idea, I've been recording for 3 years now, and I've only had like one beginning ad in the beginning of the show, and there's like $800 sitting there in YouTube that they're waiting to pay me. But I can't, because I don't have all the information set up right with YouTube, and it might take me another 6 months to get everything squared away. But it's sitting there, and so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start putting more ads in the videos. So be aware of this ahead of time. But I'll try to put them in between topics though, like the last show I did. I think I placed them specifically like right at the end of a phone call or at the beginning of a phone call, like at the head of it, so that way you don't have a break that's going to distract you from answers you were already getting. Like, it's not just going to show up. I'm going to strategically place them wherever. So, and that will help once I actually get the YouTube thing circulating to where we're actually getting paid. Like I said, right now it looks like it's just an account because they've been storing it, and there's about $800 sitting there and that I can't touch right now. So, but just know that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. I know a lot of people, like I said, probably won't watch this. Maybe I should change the title from donations to giveaway. That's stupid. I wouldn't do that. But anyway, can I send a laptop? Man, you know what? I don't need a laptop right now, Grant. But not that we couldn't use one here. I know we need. I will tell you, maybe it would, because actually I need to buy a laptop for my family, and the money that I would spend on that laptop for them, I could put towards Tanakh Talk. So I guess that would work. I would just have to recirculate how that works. And by the way, PJ, thank you. Hello, dear sister. I hope you don't mind me pointing you out, but man, PJ has been such a blessing. She's been donating on a regular basis to Tanakh Talk as long as I can remember. She's such a sweet soul. Hi, PJ. Sorry about not getting the schedule out there this morning where it was easier to find. But yeah, so children learn from their parents' example. Your children, okay, cool. Okay, so she's not going to hear what I said till she catches up with the video. Yeah, so it's really cool. Some people asked if they could donate their time by coming here and helping me build. You could, but the only problem is the only way I can do that is if I have enough funding in Tanakh Talk to where I can take off on a scheduled time. To where I know when I'm going to be taking off, so I could tell whoever's going to come, 2 or 3 people, whatever, okay, I'll be off on this week, and we'll be doing all the remodeling during this time, but I don't know when that is, because most of the time I'll go to work, come home, and sometimes I get home at 6 o'clock at night, or in the evening, and I'll just go out there and work till 10 o'clock at night, and it's like, but it's random. I never know when I'm going to do it. I've got people living in San Antonio who've offered to come help, but I don't know when it's going to happen. It's just very random. So, okay, thank you, Grant Dunn. I appreciate that, brother. Raymond Reef, is that there is? I don't know if you're who I think you are, but there's a Facebook friend, Reefer Madness for Yeshua, who has who's been following a lot of Tanakh Talk and actually was kind enough to send a donation in a while back too, and I really appreciate that as well. So you guys are just y'all are amazing. I will tell you this, and I'm not saying that to butter you up. I think about Tanakh Talk like all day long, just about every day, and just the amazing people and friends that I've gotten from you guys, because you know, I'm providing y'all a community, yeah, whatever. What you guys are providing me a community. I mean, through Tanakh Talk, I've gained so many Facebook friends that I've never known before, and I'm hearing so many encouraging stories and of people who are leaving Christianity and coming out thanks to listening to Rabbi Singer. And man, that touches the soul deep, and I really appreciate that. So keep sending those to me. And if you message me on Facebook or send me an email and I don't respond, I either didn't see it or I just can't respond to it because I'm getting so many emails. I mean, I try to read as much as I can on the emails, but sometimes if honestly, if I see a huge book written or even 3 or 4 massive paragraphs, I get instantly turned off because I don't have time often to sit down and just do this stuff. I mean, as I mentioned before, I mean, I'm a single income family. I work a lot, and between Tanakh Talk and my work schedule and family, there really isn't any time to do hardly anything outside of that. It's just so it's very difficult. So don't be upset if I don't get to your emails or respond. If you want to have a better chance of me getting to your email, keep it short. Give me a little paragraph that I can get to pretty quickly and respond to pretty quickly as well. That is you, brother. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you for following, and just you're a great guy, man. I really appreciate that. Is it Jonte or Wante, Mom? What do you say about go to Israel and live in Jerusalem with us listeners oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. Oh man, we've always wanted to just move to Israel. That would be totally epic. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Let's see. We are part of Tikkun Olam, my brother Grant. Hashem picked us to share his Torah. Yeah, that's true. Love you, man. That's so cool. So even there's only a few viewers on right now, just y'all communicating with me right now makes me feel like I'm not in this thing alone. That's really all I need. Just knowing people are out there like supporting me in the heart, with your heart. You know, like I said, a lot of people can't support me financially. That's fine. Just support me with your words of encouragement, man. That's yeah. Yeah. Agreed, brother. Give thanks to Adonai, not to me. Okay, very good. Well, I still love you guys regardless. And so I was going to say something earlier. For you guys who just tuned in, the background here is a picture my wife found. I think she found that one and sent it to me. If you guys want me to if you've got a picture of something cool around your house and you want me to use it as a background for one of my shows, send me a picture, TanakhTalk@gmail.com, and label it background. And and I'll look at it, and I won't be able to use all pictures because some of the color coordination has to work, and the camera angle's got to be just right. So, but I think it might be kind of fun. You could actually be watching Rabbi Singer's show or one of the other shows, and it looks like we're sitting in your house, right? But you look over and we're not there because we're not there. We're actually here. So send me a picture. I'd love to check out y'all's photography work anyway. Just make sure, if you want me to use it on the show, make sure everything in the picture is going to be appropriate for the show. A lot of people are sensitive to, like, for example, I have a deer, not a deer, what's it called? A kudu? Oh yeah, the kudu, that I bought years ago. It was a shoulder mount, and it was like really long, like a Yemenite shofar, and that's why I bought it, because I was going to take the horns and actually trim them and polish them and make shofars out of them. And so when we got it home, I just hung it on the wall, just best way to put it up. And there's some people who actually saw it who actually had their feelings kind of hurt because of that, and I totally respect that. I mean, I don't, I'm going to leave it right there. I completely respect that, but I'm giving that to you as an example. If you want me to use it, just make sure your background image that you want me to use is just free of anything that could be possibly offensive to anybody. So anyway, so like me, I like a little scotch from time to time, but I don't know if a background with a bottle of scotch during a show is really a good thing to have. And I really don't like bell peppers. My dog. Yeah, so if you have a fruit basket setting on the table and it's loaded with bell peppers, you can dip down so they can see you. They can't see you. See? Come over this way. There you go. There's Sarah. Wave. Say hi. Hi. So anyway, isn't that kind of cool, Sarah? It looks like you're actually in somebody else's house right now, doesn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sarah. Would you give me a little cup of tea, please? Thank you. So anyway, okay, looking back at here, Caleb, brother, do you have a PayPal account? We can. Yes, I do. I'll put a link. No, actually, I'll just show it to you. I'll put it up here on the video earlier. So if you went back to look again, rewatch the video, you'll see the links, but I'll put them up for you one more time. So right here on the web page on TORAHTalk.com, you'll see over here at the top right there's a donate tab. You can click that one. I've never clicked it, actually. I don't even know what it does. Right now it's just sitting still. And there we go. Oh, that's funny. I think it does take you to a different page. It's got 2 donate buttons. But on the home page where we were just at, there's also a button at the very bottom that you can actually click on. I think I'm struggling streaming-wise because I'm uploading a video while I'm actually live streaming as well. Oh, yeah, this is not the right one either. Hang on. Let me go back one. Oh, actually, maybe that was it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I thought I was more prepared than that. Really? Come on, guys. DNAK. There we go. Okay, so when you go to TORAHTalk.com, I guess it's not the home page because I clicked home and it took me to a different page. I don't know what page I've got set up to appear when you go straight to it, but at the very bottom of this, when you first go there, there's a button. There's a button there too. I was like, "Who's talking?" That's Rabbi. That's funny. And so, and also here on was it Patreon.com? You can just go to Patreon.com/TORAH and there's a deal there where you can set up a monthly. I think PayPal also does monthly reoccurring. You can see here on this one here, there's 11 people who donate through Patreon per month. And there's $238 a month so far through Patreon. And then there's another couple hundred coming in from different sources, like through mail and through PayPal on a regular basis. And then, like I said, we do get those random ones that come in that are really helpful as well, unexpected ones. That's tremendously helpful. Every little penny, every $5, everything that comes in is, believe it or not, it just adds up. And, you know, we've got over, thank you, dear. I mean, we've got, I don't even know how many, actually. It seems like close to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. Let me see if I can pull that up too. So I'm thinking, yeah, so I am hoping that maybe with so many subscribers that this number here of 11 people may increase eventually, and when it does, that'll be really cool. Because at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, at the end of the day, my goal for TORAH Talk long term is for it to be full-time broadcasting. I mean, literally, you know, having the Sundays full schedule like normal, but like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to be 3-4 shows a day with different rabbis and different teachers and testimonies and all this stuff. And of course, the only way that can happen is that may be 5-10 years from now. But the only way that can happen is if the monthly support increases enough to where I can start taking off work more and spending more time doing nothing but studio work. Because to produce one 2-hour video literally takes me about 4 hours from start to finish, because I've got a setup for it. You've got a lot of cleanup afterwards. There's a lot of stuff you've got to do for YouTube, and then just to get it out there, even on Facebook, is just more time creating a list. And so all these things take time. So I've got about 450 videos, maybe 420, I'm not sure, on YouTube now. And so there's well over 1,000 hours worth of recording, which means several thousand hours worth of actual time investment in it. And I love doing that. That's great. So end of the day, it's TORAH Talk is going to be full-time for sure. I'm pretty sure, and it's not going anywhere. I mean, I'm going to do it as long as I can, and then when I get to where I can't do it anymore for whatever reason, then my son David will be sitting in this chair, and I'll be producing. So ultimately, what I do really requires 2 or 3 people, which is why sometimes you'll see like a lower third pop up on the screen, call-in number, but then somebody will call in, but that call-in number is still up there because we've got so many things going on. I overlook little details like that, and a lot of times during the show, I'm not even listening to the answers because I'm busy doing all the other production stuff, and so sometimes I'll ask Rabbi a question that he already answered during the show, and I feel like an idiot. But what can you do? So I guess I can't listen and produce at the same time. Ultimately, the producer should be the one doing all of the organizing all the screen changes and all this other stuff, and the host is just supposed to sit there and pay attention. But that's not going to happen, not unless somebody moves to Kingsland and wants to come over here every Sunday and let me train them how to be a producer. So anyway, let's go back to the YouTube. Caleb, thanks. We're late for the start of the video. Oh, that's okay, brother. We need more oh, man. Hashem willing, you will have more people like this. I've got a couple messages from several different people who are trying to put together a video series, and I've asked my help on them. I'm going to jump on board with that, and I'm going to help them as much as I can. Hopefully they'll pick the same software that I use, because even though I do know my software enough to run it on my own and fix and edit and all the techie stuff on this, it's just with this software. So if you have another software, I can't help you. I mean, I'm sorry, I just won't be able to help you. So if anybody wants to spend $1,000 on this software and another $1,000 on the sister software that I use with it, shoot, I'll help you all day long. We'll get this thing kicked off. But Avram in Israel, a friend of mine, is going to start, hopefully by the end of the year, is going to start his own show that will actually be airing more of Rabbi Tovia Singer stuff. And he actually did buy the software that I have, and he's going to be using the full everything with it. So I'm going to, once he starts, I'm going to be helping him get all his shows produced on a remote basis until he gets used to the software. And so and then another person said they're going to be starting a podcast and want some insight and training. And hey, anybody out there who wants to learn how to do this stuff and you're willing to do it, I will help you as much as I can, because I wish there was more people out there also, more resources like this out there as well. Guy Brotowski, you, my brother, have been such a blessing as well. It's good to see you on the show. I hope you don't mind me telling, but he sent me a couple monitors a while back that really helped out during the time, because I just had one of my monitors crash, and these monitors are expensive. I mean, every time something fails, or a cord costs $50 for a HDMI cord, for crying out loud, and it's like I don't have the money for that out of my own bank account. So thankfully, TORAH Talk is there, and I can use it random times, so. What's really interesting too, there's, just to give you some more insight, these 2 cameras that I have right now, I started off with this one, but I was having some keying issues with it, so I looked and found a second one. So I was going to use 2 cameras for a long time, and I did, but they were cheap cameras, but not cheap to me. They were like freaking expensive in my books. It was like one of them, if you bought it new, was like $800. The other one was $600. Well, I got the $600 one for $200, and I got the $800 one for like $400. So I get them about half price, and I've been running these cameras now for well over a couple of years, and they work great for this setting. But once we get in the new studio, I'm going to probably wind up having to get a better camera because the studio distance between me and the camera is going to be greater. And I know a lot of you don't care, but the thing about it is, man, when you do something, my goal is to do it with all your heart, to give it everything you got. I mean, don't go do something halfway. So I'm going to do what I can to just kind of keep the video production up. I mean, if you look at even Rabbi Singer's videos, he's so brilliant the way he does this stuff. I mean, he's got great lighting. He's got really expensive camera gear. He's got a $3,000 camera that's just a video camera that's just amazing. It's such the right camera to use. He's already referred to Avram, this other guy who's going to start recording, and he's got the same exact camera. One of these days, I will get the same camera too, but I'm going to wait till everything gets paid off and all the building is well underway and things are motion forward. But that's just to give you more insight on things that just happen to come up, you know. And so, okay, back to YouTube chat. Getting breaking up because of me uploading another video. I'm having a problem with the stream a little bit, so I probably should have waited till the other video uploaded before I did this. I've never really done that before. So I'm going to let you guys go. I did send you a great... Oh, cool, man. Green Acres, Jason, thank you, man. I'm going to look for it. Whoa, what's the LOL? Uh-oh. Bug image, maybe? I bet it's a bug image. What is Bluesman? What is Super Chat? I don't know what that is. I've seen it advertised on there, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what Super Chat is or what it's for. I thought it had something to do with ads, and I thought that might be too much if it's going to be they're putting up ads like in the chat box. I don't know if you guys would like that. That might be annoying, and I don't know if that's something you guys would actually want me to do. I'm going to watch and see what your response is to that here in just a second. So I've been recording now for about 30. Wow, I was going to have this a short 10-minute video, and it's going on almost 40 minutes already. Man, we almost did a full show just on donations. That's crazy, ain't it? But I'll show you something real quick just for grins. I'll just this other. There's a couple of other background images I've been using that I think are really cool, like this one here. It's really awesome. And so you can see if you send me a picture of something from your home or from your yard or something, how I can just put different things in different images in here and select. That's just kind of how the green screen works. It just overlays, you know. So let's see, where's it go? Let me shut this one off. And there's just a black green screen. And then here, what is this one here? I don't even know what that one is. Yeah, so it's really easy to rotate. So it'd be kind of cool. And if you know, I would say put yourself in it too if you really wanted to be on one of the shows. But I don't know how that would work. That might be a distraction. I don't know if that might work. Send me pictures anyway. Who knows? I might surprise you one day. So turn ads on. It brings in revenue and will help. We don't mind. Okay, cool. Okay, so next time I see that super chat thing, I will definitely do that. But it goes into AdSense. Okay. Jason, you'll have to explain what you mean by that. Super Chat allows for people to donate. Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, but it goes into AdSense. I don't know what that means. What that means. And if it goes into the YouTube funding, yes, I just got a $230 deposit from my bit. Really? Oh, that's really wow. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so maybe I will do that. But Jason, you'll have to help me figure out how to get the Super Chat funds to where I can actually use them. Because basically what's happening right now is they're wanting me to put in my my work information for. But when we lived in Tennessee. In 2006 or 2008, we had a company grew really fast, but then it crashed really fast because I hired all these rejects that just didn't know what the heck they were doing. Anyway, make a long story short, I wound up using all the tax money that I was supposed to pay for their income taxes to pay them to fix everything that they had messed up, and it really blew through almost $20,000 like in a matter of a month. 2 months maybe. And but because of that, I never paid that year's taxes. Well, now we've got all these back taxes, and so until I get those back taxes cleared up, which it's slowly being chipped away because every year we have an income tax return, they take it and they put it towards that. So hopefully by next year it'll all be squared away and we'll be in good business. But until that happens, YouTube won't send me any money because if I give them that information now, they'll send it, but the taxes will actually take it. So I'd rather just sit there and let it keep building up. So with that said, that's kind of where we're at now. We can see your chat with Tovia. Actually, whenever, okay, I just started putting up chat in the videos just because I realized I could do that. It basically have to do a screen capture and crop it to the right size, make it the right size, and put it in a place on the screen to where it doesn't block a view. But that's something I did, so I don't know what that means as far as okay. AdSense is the way YouTube pays you. Okay, so yeah, so I could do that. I will do that because it'll still go into like an account. It'll save the money aside and keep it there. So that's what I'll do then. I'll if I can figure out how to do it, that is, because right now I don't know how to do that. Let's see, setup. I'm looking at the tabs right now. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Oh, I'll turn it on right now and just see what happens. Okay, I just switched pages here, so I don't know where I'm at. All right, well, yeah, I don't know what just happened, so I'm gonna go back to live streaming here. Hello. I went back to live streaming, but I can't get it. I can't actually get it there. So, oh yeah, now we're back. Okay, so see if I clicked turn on super chat. So now you have to tell me if it's actually working, because I don't even know. I've never used it before. So there you go. All right, let's see. Man, I lived in Tennessee for a while. Yeah, I loved Tennessee. It was pretty cool, man. We lived there for about 10 years. Okay, well, guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap this thing up now. I've got to get prepared for another show that's going to be coming on in an hour and 15 minutes with Rod Bryant for the weekly Torah Parsha. So be sure to tune in if you're interested. And you can always call me. Of course, Jason, man, you're like my techie guy right in my shirt pocket, man. Love you, dude. And so we'll see you guys again a little bit later. And again, thank you all for watching. And please share the video too. If you know anybody who won't mind you sharing this video, because honestly, one guy. Well, I actually had a Hebrew teacher one time, and I won't mention his name. I love the guy, but I just don't want to. I don't want his name mentioned in connection with this topic because I don't want to. Anyway, he basically told me this. He said you need to tell people that you need money. He said because if you don't, number one, if you don't, you'll never get any financial help. And he goes, the people who you tick off by doing this, they weren't your friends anyway. They're just, they're just, people who will watch it and will understand. He goes, those are probably the viewers that you want to have dedicated to you anyway. So, and that was this conversation I had with him well over a year and a half ago, and I'm still not comfortable doing it. That's why I never really talk about it. When I do, I always sound nervous. So I thought the best way to do it was just to take one video, discuss it, put it out there, and just there it is right there. Maybe once every once every 6 months I'll reshare the same video so I don't have to keep talking about it. I can just replay the same video. So all right, guys, someone set up AdSense for William so we can start. Oh man, that's cool. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Hey dude, Raymond, that's a great idea. The only thing is I don't know how well. I mean, I make the iron-on. I have the iron-on material. I have the cutter. In fact, like this right here, it's the only thing is it's kind of corny. I don't know if you can actually see it. Hold on, let me scoot up so you can actually see it. So like these logos right here. It's funny you can see through it because it's got the green chroma key color almost in it. You can almost see through. That's funny. But anyway, so I basically have the vinyl cutting machine, and this is like a double layered vinyl. It's just a stick-on though. I like these, but they're kind of corny. I mean, only because you can get a cup that's got the glossy painted ceramic and it's really professional. But for me, I didn't really care. I thought this was awesome, and so I made a bunch of them and gave some away. A lot of people went to Houston one time and took a box of them, and people just put in donations, took a cup. That was pretty fun. But in a way, looking back now, it's kind of corny. But I will tell you this, it does stick to the glass, and it's dishwasher and microwave safe. I've had one cup that I've been microwaving like and I use it every single day now for well over 6 months, and it just bakes it on even harder, and it's not even showing any signs of wear, so it's kind of cool. Now the t-shirts, these are the first t-shirts that I ever did, and so I'm not sure if I ironed it on hard. This one's sticking, but I've got another shirt that it's kind of flaking off on one of the letters, but it was like the very first shirt, so I don't know, maybe I just didn't steam it on there enough. I don't know yet. We just did another example with my daughter's lab coat for her homeschool. Cut her name out and tried to iron it on a little bit differently. It seems to have stuck better. So if that would work, I could get some t-shirts and, have some, really big, like the big TORAH Talk or like here and a big logo on the back or something like that. And we could sell those. but like I said, people get really funny when you try to just make money at all using this stuff, and I don't know how to handle that yet. So, but I do like the idea of having product to sell. I want to have hats, shirts, but hats it's going to have to be like some sort of embroidered type thing. I even looked into getting an embroidery machine, which to me that's like the ultimate way to go. But those things are like 10 grand, man. I was like, what in the world, man? I mean, it'd be nice to get like some little small desktop version that you can do little tiny stuff with. But nope, they want some serious bucks for that stuff. It's like a CNC sort of a setup. So, dude, okay, Jason says put up a TORAH Talk store on your site and sell T-shirts and mugs. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to set up a store on my website. If you know how to do that, maybe we can talk this week and you can kind of show me how to go about doing that. Let's see. Sweet. Caleb says he'd buy some shirts and coffee cups. Nice. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've already threatened to close the show like 3 times, and I still haven't shut it off, so I probably should. So, okay. So, signing off, guys. Love you guys. Trust me, man. If you're donating and you don't hear from me right away, don't lose heart, man. I see it. I know it's there, and I love you guys for it. Some people send me something on the mail. I got something one time, and it didn't have a return address on it, so I didn't even know how to find the person to thank them. So anyway, love you guys. If you want to send a check, like I said, don't send it to TORAH Talk. Send it to Beit HaMitzvot. Or to William or something like that. That way, actually not to William because it needs to go into the Beit HaMitzvot account. If you put TORAH Talk on there, that's fine, but just be sure to put the other name in there with it. Otherwise, I won't be able to deposit it. So, and so that's about it. And if you want to send it here, just send me a message on Facebook or YouTube, and I will, or just send me an email. It's the best way to do it. TORAHTalk@gmail.com, and I'll give you my mailing address for the donations. Okay, so I am definitely going this time. So you guys have a great day, and for those of you who are interested, I will see you guys in about an hour and 8 minutes. Shalom, shalom. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.